never before have we had to deal with all of these environmental toxins that we're exposed to constantly every day. You know, the studies are really clear. Indoor air pollution is much worse than outdoor air pollution, depending on where you live, but very common throughout the United States. What does that mean? It means that you're breathing more toxic air in your house. Well, my air is okay. Really? You ever see the sunlight coming through the window at the right angle a time of day and you can see dust in the air? Well, yeah. Well, you're sucking in the dust. And that's the phthalates, the plasticizers, the chemicals used to mold plastic off the plastic blinds. And that's the benzene off of the varnish on the headboard of the bed, because that goes out into the air. So all of the particulate matter that we're exposed to is assaulting our body with these minor amounts. I'll give you one example of this, and then we'll get to the microbiome. 346 pregnant women in Chicago. They measured their urine in 8th month of pregnancy, and they measured them for 5 phthalates, chemicals that mold plastic. Only 5, there are hundreds, but they measured 5. One of them, most people have heard of BPA, bisphenol A, the one that's in water bottles and credit card receipts and all that. So they measured it and they categorized them into fourths. The lowest fourth, so all those women that were in the lowest fourth of phthalates, the next, the third, and the highest. They then followed the children, the offspring of those pregnancies for 7 years. And when the kids turned 7 years old, they did Wechsler IQ tests on them, the official IQ test. There's not much in medicine that's all or every, but this was every. Every child whose mother was in the highest fourth of phthalates in urine during pregnancy compared to the children whose mothers were in the lowest fourth of phthalates in urine in pregnancy, every child in the highest fourth, their IQ was 6.7 to 7.4 points lower. Now that doesn't mean anything to anyone until you understand a 1-point difference in IQ is noticeable. A 7-point difference in IQ is the difference between a child working really hard, getting straight A's, and a child working really hard, getting straight C's. This child doesn't have a chance in hell of doing good in school because mom was loaded with phthalates during pregnancy. That now, just go to Google and type in phthalates and neurogenesis, brain growth. Here come all the studies, how these plasticizer chemicals inhibit brain development and nerve growth. And there's the outcome 7 years later. Because mom, healthy mom, lived her life pretty much, like everybody else, but she started putting nail polish on when she was 5 years old. And the phthalates in nail polish leach in your bloodstream in 5 minutes. Now, there's no evidence that the amount of phthalates that leach into the bloodstream from nail polish within 5 minutes is toxic to humans. That's how they get away with this, because there's no evidence that minor amount is going to harm you, but it accumulates in the body. So give me 25 years of mom putting nail polish on. She's now 28, 30 years old. She started when she was 5 years old. Right? These minor amounts that accumulate, plus all of the other chemicals that we're exposed to that accumulate, 280 chemicals in the umbilical cord blood of every child born now. Give me all of those chemicals. Now you've got a mom that's got a real problem in developing a healthy baby in uterus. And nothing to do with her genetics or dad's genetics. This is environmental triggers that have been accumulating in her body.
We hope you enjoyed this short excerpt from the Health and Healing Club. This entire interview is available inside the Health and Healing Club, which you can try for a free 7-day trial at healthandhealingclub.com. You'll be able to access this interview and all the interviews and resources dedicated to helping you get and stay healthy at the Health and Healing Club. That's healthandhealingclub.com.